symptoms by the time they're 8 to 10 months old. Call now for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-595-7080.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. Welcome back inside the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man on Thursday as the Padres have tied this NLCS up at 1 game apiece after the big win yesterday at Petco Park against Philadelphia. We'll talk a lot of the details of the game and how, in particular, the three guys that A.J. Preller went out and got at the trade deadline, how all three of these guys, Bell, Drury, and Soto, all came up huge yesterday. We'll get to all of those details coming up. But Adrian Gonzalez is back on the show. Been trying to chase down Adrian for a little while. But, man, this guy's been busy. He's been traveling all over the world. And we finally get Adrian Gonzalez back on Kaplan and Crew. So for everybody listening on 1090, everybody watching on YouTube, all the TV viewers, podcast listeners, Adrian Gonzalez is back. Adrian, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing well, Scott. How are you doing?
Doing really good. Adrian, this town is on fire, man. On fire. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, it reminds me of 06, right? When we were in the playoffs. It's great to see for sure.
Yeah, I'm curious. What you must be feeling, right? Like you work around the Dodgers all season long. You know, you're covering the Dodgers on television, but yet your hometown team, a team that you played for, you had a lot of great years with the Padres. Your hometown team has made it this far. Like what is the feeling, for somebody who, again, covers the Dodgers, but is a San Diegan?
Yeah. And I mean, I'm so happy for the city. I'm so happy for the fans. This is something that, obviously as a Padre fan growing up, that's what you definitely want. That's what you're excited about and you root for. And so I'm just sharing that excitement with the fans in the city. I think the city of San Diego needs a major sports championship, and definitely the team is in position to do it, and that'd be amazing to see it happen.
Were you surprised? Because me, Alex, and Brown are here. We all were at the game on Saturday night when the Padres beat the Dodgers and advanced. Were you as surprised as seemingly everybody else was that the Padres did finally beat the Dodgers, especially given how the Dodgers had owned the Padres during the regular season?
It's one of those things. I always told people that the Padres were a team that was set up more for the playoffs than the regular season. They have the great starters. They have some really good big bullpen pieces. And in the regular season, you don't use those bullpen pieces every game, and you don't use them in the key situations because maybe they pitched 2 nights prior, against a different team, and so. Teams are made and set up for regular season, and some teams are made and set up for postseason. And I always felt like the Padres were a team that were set up more for postseason than regular season. So was I fully surprised? No, I wasn't fully surprised. And so I think the team came in hot after beating a really good Mets team. And continued and is still riding that hot streak. We all know playoffs are all about getting hot, winning a series, and riding that win from the series, and that's exactly what this team is doing.
Yeah, Adrian Gonzalez is with us here this afternoon, and obviously everybody knows Adrian is a guy who played his high school ball down in Eastlake and had many great years as a Padre, and then went on to have a lot of great years as a Dodger, and now covers the Dodgers on television in LA. But Adrian, it is cool to hear you say that, you're happy for the city of San Diego and you're excited for the Padres as as the organization. Cause I mean, me and Alex and John can tell you, dude, there's never been anything like this. I mean, you go back to 05 and 06, those were good Padre teams, but I don't know that anybody really expected them to really, really compete for a championship. I don't think anybody expected this either, but the excitement and the enthusiasm and the electricity, especially after beating the Dodgers, the city's on fire like I've never really seen it before, especially around baseball.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time that that I can remember that an owner of the Padres has really gone out and put the money out, right, and spend the money to compete, at the level of everybody else, and so it's when you go out and you get the players, and you keep the players that you should keep and you pay for them. that's what you get. And so it's good to see, an owner being able to put out, and spend the money necessary. And so, that's it's like I said, it's really exciting for the city and the fans for sure.
Hey, Adrian, you're talking about money and there's nobody more money than Manny Machado so far on this team. I know that offensively, like that's kind of what gives the shine to a player in the postseason. But his glove is almost as worth his contract alone. He is so impressive on the field. How impressed have you been with the way Manny Machado's been not only playing all season, but now again in the playoffs?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where superstars and the star athletes and the star players, need to perform on both sides of the ball. Baseball is a sport where in the playoffs you can't make mistakes, and having a guy like Machado at third base making all the plays and securing that corner is huge. And it's good to see what he's doing, and guys like Soto starting to get hot, and the rest of the guys. So it's they're definitely living up right now, because it's all about what you do in the playoffs. And it's great that you can do great things in the regular season, but you got to perform in the playoffs. And then really only takes 1 year. You help a team win the World Series, and the rest of the contract is almost like, well, at least he helped us win that one. So
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you have a dragon Slade like the Padres had with the Dodgers, and then you roll on to the next series, as a person in the dugout when something like that happens, does it take you a game to reset? Because it appears that's what it took the Padres. It took them a game to kind of reset and take punches from somebody else before they started throwing punches back.
I don't know if it took a game to reset. I just think you got the Phillies coming in with kind of like the same scenario as the Padres. The Phillies came in, winning a series and then beating the Braves, who basically beat them during the regular season. So you have the same thing happening on both sides, and that's a really good pitcher in Zach Wheeler over there. That's been dominant all year as well. So. I think Zach Wheeler just, went out and dominated and did what great pitchers do in the postseason. I don't really think it was a game of reset, based on the fact that the Phillies did the exact same thing the Padres did, and beating the Braves. So I just really think it was Zach Wheeler going out there, and then yesterday, it was the Padres offense that came alive in the middle of the game and turned it on.
Adrian, I want to ask you about Juan Soto. So when Soto was traded from Washington to the Padres, he was very much advertised as like the best young hitter in baseball, maybe like the best hitter in all of baseball. And when he came to the Padres, frankly, it didn't really go the way, everybody kind of expected it to go. Yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days ago, Jake Cronenworth had an interesting comment that, he's heating up now, Soto, but it's taken a while for him to go through the trade, come to a new team, new clubhouse, new teammates, new environment, new stadium. And it just has taken him time to fit in, is the way Cronenworth said. He said now he's becoming part of the family. In your experience, how hard is it to be traded in the middle of a season and then be expected to perform? And when you don't perform, is it because of the trade? Or I'm just trying to get a sense of why it's taken Soto this long to finally get to what we'd all expected.
I mean, obviously, I can't really. Every situation is unique. Everybody's different in how they are, how they respond. The biggest thing for me, and obviously, Petco Park is not what it used to be as far as dimensions and how hard to hit in. But you go from a National League East, where the ballparks, for the most part, especially where he was playing, are hitter friendly, and you go to Petco Park, and where balls that he's used to being doubles and home runs are more than likely being caught in the gaps, and that puts a toll on the hitter. I remember when in 2010, when we traded for Ryan Ludwig with the Padres from the Cardinals. He came from an environment where he was crushing the ball. He goes to Petco, hits a bunch of deep balls to the center gaps, but they're all caught. And all of a sudden, he puts more and more pressure on himself, and before you know it, he's in a funk, and he never was able to get out of it. So, the National League West is not the best place to hit, and so hitters think, or people think, that because they were hitting the AL or NL East or the NL Central, they're going to come over and hit in the NL West, and that doesn't happen. You can't take the same approach, and I think that could possibly be be playing into the funk that Soto went into right.
All right, guys, if you're just getting with us, Adrian Gonzalez is here. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Obviously, Adrian spent a bulk of his career with the Padres, a lot of it with the Dodgers. So he's got a really interesting perspective on both the Padres and the Dodgers. But we're on to the Padres and the Phillies. Alex, you were about to jump in.
Yeah, so Adrian, you were talking about Soto coming to San Diego and just like the different mentality of and knowing how difficult it is to hit in San Diego. The team did better on the road. They scored over 100 more runs on the road this year than they did at Petco. Does your mentality shift when you're a player? You're like, okay, we're leaving Petco. We can go score more runs now.
You know, yes, the mentality. I mean, at least for me personally, it did change when I was at Petco. I'd always try to work the count more, walk more. Knowing that swings turn into more outs, and being a lot more selective and try to get into better hitters counts where I can focus on line drives, and so not necessarily try to elevate as much. And when I went on the road, I was more apt to swinging earlier in the counts and try to attack, because I knew that even if I didn't catch all of it, it would still, the contact would reward some success. So more than at Petco. So yeah, the mentality does change. Also, you just feel more confident. They're going to go to Philly, and Philly's a bandbox, and so that place you want to swing. You don't want to walk, because even a miss hit is a home run there. So guys, you're gonna see a lot less walks. More than likely a lot more early swinging, and guys wanting to put the ball in play.
I'm really interested in everything you just said, because I've been complaining that Soto looks like a guy who wants to walk more than he wants to hit. And in particular, when he's got a 3-1 count, I feel like, come on, man, like this is a hitter's count. This is the time to give it your best swing. And a lot of times he doesn't swing. And so everything you just said about getting walks and being more selective at Petco versus getting to a hitter-friendly park like Philadelphia, Browner, maybe you're right, man. I mean, maybe they will go on the road where they've played a lot better this year and they've scored a lot more runs. Maybe going to Philadelphia and getting out of here for a few games is going to be a great thing for the Padres.
Yeah, they've played great on the road all year. They've scored more runs on the road. I don't think this is any different. Adrian, when you played, was there certain parks the teams preferred to play at? Because obviously you have to. When you were at Petco, a lot of balls weren't flying out of there. And so, was there a particular place where you liked to go, where you knew you had a chance to get more out of your power?
Yeah, Cincinnati and Philadelphia. I mean, those are two places that always come to mind, right? Those are two places where you don't want to walk. You want to go out there and take 4 cracks at swinging the bat. So Philadelphia is a bandbox and is a place where you go right field or left field, the ball's going to fly. Center field, you got to hit a little bit, but it still carries pretty good. So
when a guy,
yeah,
when a guy like Zach Wheeler is throwing like he was, because what do you do to try to catch up to that? Is there something that when you see him the next time that you go in the cage, you look at the video you're thinking of doing, or do you just scrap the whole approach from the first time?
No, I mean, it's all about adjustments. Baseball's a game of adjustments, and Zach Wheeler obviously did some things that made it hard for the Padre hitters. You see what he did. He's probably going to try and do the same thing because of the success he had. Whenever you face somebody for the second time, the person that had success doesn't change. It's up to the team that didn't have success that has to adjust. And so you look at what he did, and you pick at things. The problem nowadays is that hitters don't really adjust. Hitters just take one swing and that's all they want to do. I think that's one of the things that makes some hitters special, that they are willing to adjust and try something different. But then for the most part nowadays, hitters they say, this is my swing. I hit this pitch and I'm just going to wait for my mistake. And that's why there's so many walks and strikeouts. So I don't know. It could end up being the same results next time Wheeler pitches if they don't adjust. But if they do, I mean, I always say in the playoffs, you got to think up the middle the other way a little more and let the adrenaline, hit the home run for you rather than trying to hit home runs. Because in the playoffs, if you try to hit home runs, you're just going to strike out more often than not.
Adrian, I think it's really interesting, though, that you said earlier, and we agree, we've been talking about this, is how similar the Phillies and the Padres are. Had to scrap their way into the postseason, have been playing essentially playoff games for the final month of the season. While Atlanta was still trying to win the division, they were well positioned. The Dodgers were on cruise control for probably the last 6 weeks of the season. So a lot of similarities between the Phillies getting in and the way the Padres got in, but also, the top of their rotation, 2 really strong guys, Same with the Padres. I'd say Musgrove and Darvish. Also, they've got two big bats in the middle of their lineup. Padres kind of counter with the same sort of deal. I'm just curious, though, now that it's 1-1 and you've got the best 3 out of 5, how do you see the rest of this going down given what you know of these two teams?
That's a hard one. I really don't know the Phillies team that well. I mean, obviously, I know Zach Wheeler, having played with him in New York. And I know, obviously, everybody knows who Bryce Harper and Nick Castellanos and Schwarber is. But as a whole, like I was watching the game yesterday and I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is. I've never heard of him. But, but they're all really good players, to be able to start and be on that team. So, knowing what I know from the Padres and the team that they have, I think that they're in a really good position to win the 3 out of 5 with the pitchers. They have Musgrove coming up, and then they'll have Darvish again. I really love the bullpen pieces and the way they've been throwing the ball. The guys that they're using when they're ahead. So, it's going to come down to situational hitting. I mean, it's all about who can come up with that big hit by putting the ball in play. Playoffs sometimes can be won by home runs, but more often than not, it's won by singles and doubles. And so you're not going to walk a lot in the playoffs because the pitchers are executing pitches and eliminating strikeouts, putting the ball in play, and forcing errors on the other team. And so I think the pitching is set up better for the Padres. It's going to come down to making sure that the hitters come through in the clutch.
Were you surprised yesterday that you had Bell, Drury, and Soto all come up super clutch? Those were the 3 guys. And then you can throw in Josh Hader and what he's been able to do here in the last few weeks and through the postseason. These were the guys that Preller made the trades for. And look how they have rewarded him now.
I mean, that's what they hoped for when they made the trade, right? So, it's these guys are coming through and getting it done, and that's how you're gonna win playoff games. You're not gonna.
Have you? Sorry about that. I was just gonna say to go with that. Have you ever seen a guy like Trent Grisham was the worst batting average in baseball, like the worst, and now like the postseason he's having. I know not so much so far in the NLCS, but the first 2 series. Have you ever seen a guy just like flip a switch like that in the postseason?
You see it all the time because those are the guys that the pitchers are willing to pitch to. They're not going to let other guys make beat them. So they're going to pitch around and pitch really tough. And then it's almost like, okay, here's my breather. And they end up throwing fastballs down the middle to them. And that's why they're able to have success. So you see it all the time. I mean, you see guys that you wouldn't expect come up and have these huge playoffs because essentially you look at the lineup here and like, okay, this guy I'm gonna attack. And so when the adrenaline kicks in and all of a sudden that bat speed is a little bit better now, instead of fouling that pitch off, they're clipping it and catching it right. Things happen.
Hey Adrian, before you go, I was texting with you on Sunday. Can you just tell us really quickly? We got about 30 seconds. What were you doing in Mexico? Were you in some kind of a home run derby?
Yeah, so MLB put together a way to promote baseball globally, and they chose the 4 major franchises according to MLB, being the Dodgers, the Cubs, the Yankees, and the Red Sox. And they asked the representative from each team to be part of this, what they called Home Run Derby X. So it was a traveling home run derby that we went to London, South Korea, and Seoul, South Korea, and Mexico City. And it was like a fun event. It was almost like over the line where you try to hit home runs, and if you don't hit it over the fence, the other team has an opportunity to catch it and get points against you.
How'd you do?
It's a really fun event. We ended up so we lost the initial game in London, and we lost that one. So, but then we went to Seoul and we won the title in Seoul. And then in Mexico City, we went to the finals and we lost to the Red Sox in the finals.
Oh my God, dude, that looks so cool. When I was texting Adrian, I'm like, yo, I'm sitting in a bar right now. I'm drinking one of your beers, a Calidad. And he's like, yeah, well, I'm in Mexico at a home run derby, but I'll talk to you later in the week. Adrian, it is great to be with you. Thanks for all of the playoff insight. And if the Padres can keep this thing going, boy, it'd be fun to have you back if you don't mind.
Talk to the Padres owners. I've tried to come back many a times. They say that I'm too tied to the Dodgers with working with them, and they don't want a similar situation than what happens to Steve Garvey.
They don't want you to get booed on the screen, man.
Steve Garvey's number's
right?
retired here.
You
What
know,
the hell are they talking about,
I've
man?
tried. My agent and I have tried many different ways to come back and be a part of the alumni community there. But you know, they keep throwing Steve Garvey's name at me, so you know, it's definitely not up to me.
Dude, that's their problem. I mean, seriously, that's their fault for retiring Steve Garvey's number. Adrian, have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the playoffs baseball, and we'll look forward to talking again real soon. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, guys. Everybody. And thanks to Adrian Gonzalez for stopping by. Just want to remind everybody, if you're thinking about a new car, Mazda of Escondido, MazdaofEscondido.com. We have a listener who told me that his wife had gone to a Mazda dealership in Carlsbad. I don't know the name of it. And he said, before you buy there, go see these guys at Mazda of Escondido. Save $3,000 by going to Mazda of Escondido. And he sent me a message and said, hey, thanks a lot for that. And I said, no, thanks for supporting our sponsors. So saving money and immediate delivery of your Mazda product, Mazda of Escondido, MazdaofEscondido.com. Stick around, a ton more to get to. This is Kaplan and crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
Absolutely. The best part of the day is working with the team and working directly with customers. Just because it's fun and I enjoy collaborating. I enjoy watching the customers' reactions when the designers come up with their spaces. And we really take pride in the team effort and what we accomplish in the end.
I can tell that the team we have, accountability is very important. They feel like the work that we do is not just a reflection of themselves, but a reflection of us.
We've always been a design build company, but now we've taken design, not only architectural, but interior design to a completely different level.
The philosophy of integrity here at Murray Lampert is always doing the right thing even when someone isn't looking. In turn, the homeowners get a really great product.
We're truly a team at Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel, and we don't take that lightly.
I thought I was okay. I had a degree, I had work experience. I should be able to provide for my kids. But they're just things that you don't plan on in life.
My husband got laid off and we are a family of 5.
My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I would ask the doctors, what can I do? And they would just say, just make sure she's eating. Our lives just changed completely. Thank God that we always had a plate of food.
When your air conditioner needs to be tuned up, repaired, or replaced, call Bill Howe, the name you have trusted for over 40 years. We carry the most reliable, energy-efficient brands that will fit your budget. Whether you are looking for a traditional or ductless air conditioning system, you know who to call.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe, because we know how.
Do the ups and downs of the financial markets have you on a roller coaster? Don't let the market take you and your investments for a ride. Stabilize your funds with SDCCU's Great Rate Savings, Money Market, or Certificate accounts. Choose a savings option that meets your needs and watch your money grow with SDCCU. Earn 1.5% APY on a 12-month certificate or 2.5% APY on a 36-month certificate. Open an account at sdccu.com/now. SDCCU, it's not big bang banking, it's better.
Change the way you look and feel with San Diego's most comprehensive varicose and spider vein treatment facility. San Diego Varicose Vein Treatment Center offers minimally invasive, pain-free procedures performed by board-certified cardiologist Dr. Tahizadeh. With over 17 years of experience, we specialize in the diagnosis of varicose veins, spider veins on the face, hands, and legs, ankle discoloration, leg swelling, and more. Improve your vein health today. Visit consultation.sdveintreatment.com or call 619-582-2404.
Welcome back This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Hey, great friends, what's happening? It's Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. For those of you that are joining us on radio on 1090, glad to have everybody along. I do know that we've got more listeners on radio than ever before. There's no like metrics to prove it. It's just that everywhere I go, people are talking to me about things that they're hearing on the radio show. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, you know, you guys are, like I always say, you know, the heart and soul of what we do around here. I loved yesterday when we went live on YouTube because we didn't have a radio show because we aired the game. I love all the interaction yesterday during the live YouTube. I love that. So make sure you're getting involved in the YouTube chat and be a part of the community. And for everybody that is going to watch on television tonight, we're on Channel 4 San Diego, Channel 4 Santa Barbara. If you're in Orange County or LA, it's Channel 118 if you've got Cox or Spectrum Cable. And again, for everybody that's listening on audio podcast, because again, I got a message today being Thursday from a longtime great friend who was listening to Monday's show. So I know a lot of people listen on their own time. Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, Amazon Music, even iHeart, all the different audio podcast platforms. We are there. So Grande and Brown Man, what'd you guys think about Adrian Gonzalez? Listen, I love Adrian Gonzalez. Even when Adrian was a Dodger and he would come back to Petco Park and hit bomb home runs for the Dodgers, and I would be standing there booing him, and Padre fans are like, Adrian, we love you. You're from East Lake. We love you. And I was like, no. No, you don't cheer him now. You boo him now. When his career is over and he's a great San Diegan and a former great Padre, you love him again. But while he plays for the Dodgers, you don't cheer for him. You boo him. But even now, working for the Dodgers with their television broadcasts, representing the Dodgers down in Mexico with this home run derby and around the world, to me, Adrian Gonzalez is still very much adored in San Diego. What do you guys think?
You know who I was cheering for yesterday that's a former Padre? Brad Hand. Loved Brad Hand. Always loved Brad Hand, especially yesterday when he gave up all those hits in that inning. It's like, hell yeah,
Welcome
Brad
back.
Hand. Let's go.
Yeah.
Baby.
Give him a hand.
Woo, woo.
Yeah.
Let's
Usually
retire
former
that
Padres
come back to haunt the Padres. Not this way.
Yeah. When I saw him, I was like, well, there goes that inning. We had a good run. They put him in. Yeah, baby.
Hey, did you guys see yesterday during the game, during the television broadcast, you know, those front row seats behind home plate? So like when I sit there, I'm always conscious of like stuffing my fat face and people like, hitting me up with like another burger, fat ass, oh, now a hot dog. Oh, really? Now, what do you want, a diet? Now you're going with some sushi? I mean, like I'm very conscious of being seen, eating all game long or drinking all game long, picking my nose, whatever. Some people who sit back behind home plate, they'll wave a little bit, even though that looks very amateurish. Did you see a guy yesterday, like standing up and pulling up his shirt and putting out his fat belly? Did you guys happen to catch that guy?
No.
Yeah, I call that
the rally belly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know who these guys are because they're sitting in my friends' seats. When I say friends, I mean, there's a group of guys that all buy those seats all year. That guy, one more time, let me take a look at this guy with the rally belly.
Again.
Take a look at this guy. Look at him. Look at him. Hey, everybody take a look. Here it is. The rally belly.
Yeah. The rally belly.
Nice. That's
like
pretty
it.
funny.
No.
Yeah, I like it.
Where's the goose?
Yeah, you
We
got the
have
rally
adopted
goose.
the goose. The goose is our thing this postseason, okay? You only get one thing of postseason. We've taken the goose. Keep your shirt down, big fella.
So game one, they didn't do all the small things, but then yesterday with the lead, they brought it back at the end of the seventh. So are we now taking? I heard, and I know that Colorado Avalanche fans are pissed because they've been doing that for years. I guess at some point during their games, it's like nobody watches your sport. Nobody cares.
But
Get out of here,
isn't
Colorado.
Blink 182 a San Diego-based band?
Well, Tom DeLonge is.
Is he the
One of
lead
the
guy?
members is. No.
Oh, who's he?
But he's. I mean, I guess Blink 182 they have two like lead singers, so yeah.
Okay, so Blink 182 has San Diego DNA, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So
They're way more us than Denver, Colorado.
Well, I mean, that would be like the Red Sox fans being upset about, Sweet Caroline. Everybody uses Sweet Caroline now,
Yeah.
you know?
It's also like it's the same thing we always tell Utah State. Oh, did you start the I believe chant? Cool, because we do it better.
How about Saturday night, by the way, when we were at Union?
What's that face, Browner? Utah State, they started it. It's okay. We took it and we did it better.
Listen, as a person who's been accused of stealing things falsely, of course, originality is very important.
The other day when we were Saturday down at Union Kitchen and Tap, there's like 10 of us and we're all standing around the bar. This is before we moved over to the tables. And I don't remember who it was, but one of our listeners came up and he was all decked out in Padres gear. And from out of nowhere, the guy goes like this. He goes, we all looked at him like, what? And he's like, I believe. And nobody replied. And we looked at him again. He's like, I believe that we. And we're like, yeah, we're not doing that. Just to be clear, we are not doing that.
Yeah.
Not here, buddy. Not here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Good try. I'll tell you what I would do, though.
It's like people who try to do the wave and it doesn't work. It's like, all right, hey, sit down.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I would do, though. If instead of somebody coming up to me at a bar, I'm there with 10 guys. We're all great friends. We're all hanging out together. He comes up and he tries to get us to all do the I believe chant. I was like, bro, that is, we're grown-ups in a really cool place, Union Kitchen and Tap.
And not
downtown.
drunk enough.
Yeah, I'm not doing the I believe
Yeah,
chant.
I don't subscribe to the grown-up part. It's just all about timing.
Yeah.
It's all about timing.
Right.
We all will do things that we will consider like too grown up for if you do it at the right time.
If we were walking out of that ballpark after eliminating the Dodgers and somebody broke that chant out, that chant would have been chanted until there was no one there.
You think if we were at Union and we started singing Blink-182, All the Small Things, Browner would have joined at Union? No. But if it's pouring rain and the Padres just make an epic comeback, this mofo was singing his freaking lungs out.
Yeah.
I'm in.
It's just timing.
And now
timing,
I'm
my
on,
man.
and now I'm on
timing.
the country site.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when this
Rock
dude,
magazine.
when this dude, it was called Rock Cellar, not a country website.
Country.
Browner. Rock Cellar. I don't know if Alex, if you'd be able to pull it up or not, but I mean, a couple days ago, Browner and Grande at the game singing that song, Small Things. Is that what it's called?
All the small things.
Yeah. It somehow made it onto somebody's website called rockcellar.com. And they put Alex's tweet in the article. And I don't know if it blew up. I don't know how viral it went. I don't know how big rockcellar.com is, but it was pretty damn funny. So the guy comes into the bar and we're all standing around. Oh, Alex is pulling it up right now. Look at Browner and Grande. Yeah. Watch a delirious crowd of San Diego Padre fans sing Blink-182's All the Small Things during a rain shower. That wasn't a rain shower. It was pouring ass rain, man.
Depends on what emotion you were in. It was a shower.
Yeah.
It wasn't pouring.
So again, I'm standing there at the bar. We're with a bunch of guys. It's like Fat Tony. It's like Bernard Thompson, Tito. I'm trying to think of like who the guys were. And this dude comes up to us and he's like, I believe. I believe that. And I was like, I believe that you should stop.
I believe you should shut up.
I believe that you should shut the you-know-what up right now before you continue to further embarrass yourself. However, I will tell you guys this right now. Some guy comes up to me in a bar before a game, decked out in Padres gear, and he starts giving me one of these. I might jump back in. I may not do the I believe chant with you, but I might do the that's what's in song with you. You know?
Bruh, listen. Nope.
That's what's in.
Wherever this is
I
going.
gotta tell you.
Wherever this is going, stop.
Yeah.
I got to tell you. I know where you're going, but I got to say something first.
Yeah.
I was at Linda Welby's house last night, finalizing some wedding stuff.
Okay.
And we started talking about Saturday night because she was there. Obviously, we were all hanging out. And I brought up this particular video that you're, whatever you're.
That's
whatever
what's
that
in.
Stop.
Right. And she had no idea what I was talking about. Neither did Mara. Mara had no idea what I was talking about.
That's good news, by the way.
Well, they know now.
Great news.
And I will tell you that their faces, when I showed them that video, I have never seen either of those women as disgusted as they were when they listened and watched that video.
Yeah.
And, Scott, to further the point, both of them say North County.
No. See, the reason I even brought it back up is because you guys yesterday falsely accused me of knowing these fools, number one, And number two, like them being my neighbors. And I'm telling you right now,
they look like the guys that did the Rally Belly.
Yeah, yes, they do.
They're your neighbors.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, the people who live in my neighborhood, dude, the people,
they do look like them.
the people in my neighborhood work. They have jobs, they have businesses, they have careers, and they don't have time to write crappy ass lyrics like that. And they certainly don't have time to rehearse like that. And they certainly don't have time to beg people to put them on TV like that. I'll tell you right now, I believe that a guy like Paul Rudy from KUSI probably knew no, I'm saying he probably knew those guys because he's like the introducer of these guys. I'll bet you he probably knew them. And he was like, oh my God, my buddies want to do this song called That's What's In. And by the way,
where's Paul?
Those guys are really lucky. Those guys are really lucky that the Padres won yesterday. Because if the Padres lost yesterday, everybody would be blaming them for the That's What's In song.
There's only one person to blame for the game one loss.
Mm-hmm.
And that's tall Bill Walton. He was in the way.
He was distracting, huh?
He was distracting.
These That's What's In guys, though.
I love that you are like this anti, like they're from where you live.
Well,
like,
that's what bothers me is that you're putting it on me like as if I know them.
You do.
Bro, I don't.
But
here's the thing. I was hoping you guys
look at the Rally Belly guys.
Yeah.
They're both in the video on KUSI.
Right.
As a matter of fact, or you're just guessing?
Same demographic.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
All right, look, can you show me that That's What's In, guys? Because let me tell you something right now. Because let me tell you something. I want to know who these guys are.
Why did you just ask him to play the video?
Anybody listening, listen to me. Anybody listening who knows these guys, I want to know who they are.
Same guy.
And I want to know who.
Fat belly guy is the guy on the right behind the lead. That's fat belly guy.
Bro, the guy I hate the most is the tall guy in the back with the terrible dance moves.
They're the same dude.
The same guy. That's him.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I want to know who these guys are. Can someone please tell us who are the That's What's In guys? And the reason I want to know is because all I want to know is where they live, because I just want to prove to Grande and Brown Man that they're not my neighbors. It's critical to me that I prove that they're not my neighbors. And by the way, if they are my neighbors, guess what? I'm freaking moving.
Okay,
As
listen.
you should.
The only like responses that we got yesterday, like everybody agreed they're North County dudes. Everybody.
Yeah.
And North County is starting like Carmel Valley, right? Like that's kind of where it starts because
in this
they're either
equation,
from
North
Carmel
County
Valley
starts
or
in
North.
Carlsbad.
Above the Ted Williams is North County.
Dude, in this equation, North County is Carlsbad North.
No. Above the Ted Williams, buddy. Sorry.
I mean, for me, North County is past Claremont Mesa, but that's just me. That's the way I live my life.
I wouldn't.
But there's the guy, the lead singer.
Mira Mesa
the
Boulevard.
lead singer irritates me so much because he has this look. There's this part where he goes, like, Bryce is gonna lose, Manny's gonna cruise. Can you play the audio or will you not play it?
No, come on.
No, because I hate these guys. I hate them. I hate these guys. No, I hate them. I hate all of them. And I'll tell you something right now. It really pisses me off that you guys think these guys are my neighbors. I promise you 1,000%. I don't know these fools. They should have their jerseys revoked. And I don't. And if they live in my neighborhood, I'm promising you as a fact, I'm moving. I will move.
I can't wait till you find out you know one of these dudes.
I don't know any of those dudes.
Not by face, no. But you are associated with at least one of those dudes in that video. I hope it's the tall one. I really hope it's the tall one.
I hate that guy. I hate the tall guy. I hate the tall guy, and I hate the lead singer, and I hate the two guys holding the flags. And if I know you guys, I no longer want to know you guys.
Bruce.
No, here it is. Here, play it.
What are we doing?
No, come on, dude. Seriously, it's so bad it needs to be played.
Billy going down to yellow and brown. That's what's in. Padres on the loose. Let's go, Goose. That's what's in. Bryce gonna lose, and Manny's gonna cruise. That's what's in. Give Philly no slack and send them back. That's what's in.
Dude, when he rolls his eyes that Manny's going to cruise, I freaking got to take his knees out, this guy.
I'm going to tell you something I caught on this video the first time. I forgot about it, and I just heard it again. I think Paul Rudy does know these dudes. Because if you listen in the very beginning, there's a voice that tells them to slow down, as if they're being coached, as if they're moving too fast. Play it again, unfortunately. Play it again and listen for the person in the background that goes, slow down.
All right, let's listen in.
What am I doing?
Play it again. There's a person in the background.
With audio?
Yeah, with
yes.
audio.
Unfortunately, with audio, yes. You can hear Paul Rudy saying, slow down. Listen.
Philly going down to yellow and brown. That's what's in. Padres on the loose. Let's go, Goose.
Yeah.
That's what's in.
Keep playing it for one. Now this is my. I hate this guy
Bryce
for this.
gonna
right here.
lose, and Manny's gonna cruise. That's what's in.
Oh my God, this mother
Give
effer.
Philly no slack and send them back. That's what's in.
That mother effer.
So
Bryce is gonna lose, and Manny's gonna cruise. What the hell, dude? And by the way, the fact that people now like talk to us, or like me in particular, explain these guys, explain your boys. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you right now, I'm saying it and I mean it. If I find out these guys live in the same neighborhood that I live in, I will move.
I'm doing research. I'm not going to out the guy, his name, but I have found one of the guy's names.
Yeah, how do you know him? How do you know what his name is? Is it
because KUSI put the full thing on YouTube?
Oh, dude.
There's more?
Labeled it Padres superfans perform cringy anti-Phillies rap on live TV.
Okay.
They interviewed one of them, and they put his name on the
Is it the
screen.
guy, the lead singer?
No, not the lead singer.
Okay.
One of the guys in the background.
Is it the tall guy?
No, the shortest guy there.
Is it the guy with the brown San Diego jersey?
Yes.
The guy who looks ethnic?
Yes.
Okay.
He has a painting company.
Okay.
His painting company is located in North County.
Where? Where?
No.
No, because this is important because I may have to move. Where? If you tell me Cardiff or Encinitas, I'm going to have to move.
Oh my God.
Rancho Penasquitos.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Thank God. See, this is what I told you guys. These guys are not coastal elites. Rancho Penasquitos. That got nothing to do with me.
That's just is, man.
Okay, you two speak among yourselves because I'm finding them all.
Oh my
now.
God. This is
I
just
just hope that you can accept that your brethren went out here and embarrassed all y'all. Now you see what I feel like when Kanye West is on TV now. I'm embarrassed.
So when you say embarrassed all y'all, you mean all white people?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
So all white people should be humiliated based on what we saw.
100%.
That's what's in.
Poway's North County, right?
Yeah, but
yes, sir.
Dude.
Lead singer?
Yeah.
Wow.
I told you guys. I told you they ain't got nothing to do with me. You can try and call North County Poway and try and call North County Cardiff, but I told you guys these guys were out east. I told you that.
I will give you this. About Poway. Poway is basically North Santee. And I know people hate that I say that out loud, but it is. So,
I told you guys.
You're off the hook with that guy.
Dude, these guys are not doctors and lawyers and wealth managers and all these other. Dude, these guys are not. They are not my people. I disown them and I take no responsibility for them. That's what's out.
And everybody that I'm finding on LinkedIn, they all have very credible careers, Scott.
Okay. Do you see my name connected to any of these fools? Usually on LinkedIn, it'll tell you, hey, you're connected to this guy, this guy. I want these guys' names. I'm going to look them up on Facebook. And if for some reason I'm affiliated with them in any way, I'm immediately canceling them. I am canceling these guys. And the reason I'm canceling them is because A, people from around the country are asking me if they're my friends. Yes. B, people are telling me that I have to take responsibility for these guys. Yes, and C, you two guys have told me that these are my neighborhood brethren. And I'm telling you right now, I want their names. I'm checking Facebook. And if we're somehow connected, I'm canceling them all. That's what's in.
Yeah, KUSI interviewed all of them. And they put all their names on TV for everybody to look them up. I don't want to do it here, but I could send you the link.
Yeah, I don't want to dox these fools.
Me neither. I mean, they're not like that bad where people are going to like reach out to them.
Dude, that's what's not in. You guys are out. I don't like to be part of the cancel culture unless it's you guys.
Oh my God, dude. They all live above the Ted Williams Freeway. I can tell you that.
That's fine by me, as long as they don't live on my side of the town.
Yeah.
There you go.
the straight up. Okay, first of all, me and Browner were closer than the straight up slander you were trying to put.
Oh
on
yeah,
all
you
of the hardworking blue collar folks in South and East County. So shame on you.
What are you talking about? These guys are all east of the 15. They're all East County.
Well, that's a different discussion.
Well,
but
I
they're
mean-
not from they're not from El Cajon.
Okay,
is what I'm saying.
Well,
Don't
listen,
do that
you
to El
guys tried to
Cajon.
slander
Yeah.
me by telling me that
None of
they're my
these
neighbors.
None of these dudes are south of the 8,
Okay,
which is
that's
where
fine.
what I
They
care
can be
about.
north of the 8, but as long as they're like close to the 15,
East of the 15
and east of the 15, preferably.
Well, a few of them are west of the 15.
Uh-oh.
The Carmel Valley, I think, like we said, the
That
Carmel
who's
Valley.
from Carmel
that was-
Valley? Some of those guys are from Carmel Valley.
Just looking.
I heard Rancho Paine. All right, you send me the information. I will look
If
this all
they're
up today.
listen, if they're from Carmel Valley, you got to accept them.
Well, you're right. You're right. And by the way, if they're from Carmel Valley, I will knock on their doors and tell them to knock it off. That's what's in. All right, listen, we're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Our friend Chris Reed, the actor, is going to be here. Chris Reed was with us on Saturday night when the Padres knocked out the Dodgers. I'm sure he's losing his mind as the Padres have tied the Phillies at 1 apiece. Chris Reed is coming up, and we are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. And we haven't even gotten to the story of the Nola brothers, and that's a really important piece of this story. We will get there. Chris Reed next. This is Kaplan and crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studio.
Many are adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to their homes. Our experience, plus our strong relationship with the city, makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
We listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Drivers are getting in accidents at a rate we've never seen before, jumping 18% since 2020. There are higher incidents of speeding and more aggressive driving since the pandemic began. Please slow down and drive safely. It can save a life.
Murray Lampert's design process is very collaborative. We love the process, and what's best about the process is the way that it can flex as needed. So if there's a new piece of technology that's available that's really going to help us out make a more accurate model, we're going to utilize that. We'll send the measure-off team to the house, and they will end up scanning the house using drones, LiDAR scanning, lasers, and tape measures to measure every square inch of the home. Then they'll take that information back to the office and build a 3D model of the home. We'll be upfront and honest if they're asking for things that may be out of their budget. We're going to let them know up front. We're always motivated to strive for excellence. There's kind of not another way to be. We do the best work we can and ultimately make the homeowners happy. What makes me proud is when we present that 3D model to the homeowners and we wow them. Sometimes we even bring tears to their eyes because they love the design so much. That brings me a lot of joy.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for a healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Your View and yourview.com. Your Health is brought to you by Clever Care Health Plan, your partners for comprehensive care.
I feel like I have the fun part of the job where I get to help out and make my clients' houses look beautiful. We start with looking at the floor plan, space planning, and then we look at countertops, tile, backsplashes, flooring, cabinets, everything like that. We have a lot of client meetings start in our conference room. Sometimes we have some clients that have already selected certain items that they want to incorporate into their project. We want to make sure they're happy with it because they're going to be living with it for a very long time. Sometimes we'll do something that goes totally with the style, and then we'll have a total outlier option for the client. And a lot of the times they end up going with that because they want to see something totally different. We want to make sure that we're focusing in on our clients. I really want to make sure at the end of the day the clients are happy, that I'm keeping up with my communication with them, and that we know that at the end of the day as well, and moving through the process of construction and everything, that we're going to have a successful project.
At the Barnes firm, we're seeing more pedestrian and bicycle accidents. Drivers are rolling through red lights, and distracted driving makes every intersection a danger zone for pedestrians. Look both ways when crossing, even if you have the right of way.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and themightier1090.com.
Hola, I'm JR Cardenas.
And I'm Vanessa Ramirez.
We're the hosts for Su Vida, where we showcase California restaurants, music,
art, culture, and so much more.
We would love to talk to you about featuring your business on our show.
Yes, and as an added bonus, you get to keep the professional video segment to repurpose and use on your website or social media channels.
Please click on the link below to get more information about how to put your business on Su Vida.
We hope to hear from you soon.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on YourView or stream it online at yourview.com. Brought to you by Procopio, San Diego's largest law firm, committed to community, representing San Diegans for more than 75 years. You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YourView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Many are adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to their homes. Our experience, plus our strong relationship with the city, makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
We listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
Hey, what's going on to all of our Cox Your View viewers out there? Scott Kaplan here from the Kaplan and Crew Studios. And coming up this weekend, if you are a rugby fan, now I will tell you, I don't know the game of rugby all that well, but I do know this. It's gotten real popular here in San Diego in particular. I know a lot of people whose kids play high school rugby, going on to play rugby in college, and a big collegiate rugby event, and it will be streamed all weekend with YourView, and it'll be televised on Sunday, the semifinals and the finals. Liz Entwistle will be on the call during the television broadcast, and she's joining us right now. Hi, Liz. How are you?
Hi, Scott. Doing well. I'm thrilled to be here and thrilled for the event this weekend. We've had quite a fall so far of warm-up tournaments and getting to see a lot of these teams in action and really a full season back, given all of the pauses and changes within the last 2 years, too. So it'll be fantastic seeing a lot of these teams at full strength.
So Liz, complete rugby novice, know very little. You know, there used to be a sevens event here in San Diego many years ago that I got to see in person. And I love to see the athletes in the game, but I don't know a whole lot about it. Can you tell us about what the weekend is, what the West Coast Sevens tournament is all about?
Sure. So I'll go back. That tournament that is in San Diego was actually part of the World Rugby World Sevens Series. And that is an event that takes place over the course of several weekends throughout the year, all around the world. We'll be coming up to Hong Kong, which is a remake of last year's event this October. But then it starts again with Dubai, Cape Town, South Africa, a stop that's now in Los Angeles, Vancouver. And a lot of players from programs that are participating in this weekend's West Coast Sevens have played for the USA team, but also for other national teams. So this event was started in 2011 when the Olympics awarded Rugby Sevens a spot in the Rio Olympics. And since then, we've had the Olympic Games in Tokyo as well. And it's really set up as a tournament to take college rugby and elevate it and provide more playing opportunities. So we actually had a first leg at Cal Poly that was the weekend prior to this. And before that, a warm-up tournament at UCLA, the Westwood Sevens. Meanwhile, teams by University of San Diego and UCSD actually played each other in some friendly scrimmages. So it's all about game preparation, elevating programs, providing more opportunities to play, and tons of action. So with 16 teams this weekend, there'll be 4 pools of 4. You're going to see national champion caliber teams. Cal Berkeley is a team to look for. University of Arizona, we'll see Utah coming in, but also some defending national champions in the form of University of Southern California, who won the USA Rugby, the blue division in the national championships at Kennesaw State earlier this year. And then we also saw University of San Diego win the men's red division, which is a D1 AA competition. And 4 of these teams also competed in the gold D1A level too. So there's so many interesting storylines to look for in terms of programs on the rise, established teams, who's going to be the next national team player. A program like UCLA has a player in the form of Lucas LeCamp, who's actually not playing in this competition because he's in the USA Rugby national team setup. And so he's in residency in Chula Vista, hoping to get a World Series spot and build towards the next cycle of the Olympics and the Rugby World Cup.
Okay, so I am just so blown away by everything you just said, and I wish we had like 20 minutes. We've only got a few. I love opportunity for athletes, and it just sounds like there is so much in rugby. So here's a question for you: are these varsity teams at these universities? Are these club teams? Can you just explain that? We've got about 2 minutes to go, but I'd really love to hear about that.
Yes, a few of the teams are varsity teams. So University of California, Berkeley has been an established varsity program for quite some time. If you think of legacy programs, they are the old like Iowa men's wrestling or like the UNC and Duke basketball of the rugby world. We have teams like Grand Canyon University out of Arizona. That's a relatively new program, but also has players sign a commitment letter and provides a lot of opportunities kind of at the next level. Some of these programs, like the USC program I mentioned, Nevada Reno, UC Davis, these are club teams. And some of them will train, twice a week and do strength and conditioning sessions. Some of them will train 5 days a week. So there's opportunities for entry points to rugby at any level. And sometimes you'll see a player that may start at, say like a Sacramento State that really wants to take their rugby career further and pursue an opportunity at the programs like a GCU, or see if they can transfer into like a Berkeley and programs like that as well. So it just kind of depends on what sort of pipeline and different entry points that people have too, because a lot of these players will have played over the summer for sevens. A lot of them will affiliate with men's clubs teams, and quite a lot of these players are actually in major league rugby academies, particularly with the San Diego Legion and the LA Giltinis. They've got fantastic academy setups similar to soccer setups.
I am so glad you just mentioned the San Diego Legion, because they're on my radar. I got to get more into this. Hey, listen, I want to say to everybody who's watching right now, yourview.com, YURVIEW, yourview.com, Saturday from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 p.m. We're streaming all day. Sunday, this upcoming Sunday, from 9 a.m. till later in the day, almost 5 o'clock. That's when you're going to see all of this stuff. The semifinals and the final games between 2 and 4:40 in the afternoon on television. Liz, have a great call for all of these games, and thanks for the information. We really appreciate it.
Not a problem. For more information, you can follow the West Coast Sevens either on the internet, also all over social media too. Stay tuned for all the scoring updates, player highlights, and more.
There you go. Liz Entwistle, great to visit with you. Stick around. More to come.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you'll need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the Mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
Many are adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to their homes. Our experience, plus our strong relationship with the city, makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
We listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
Watch live streaming rugby action for 2 full days with West Coast Sevens Collegiate Tournament from Treasure Island in San Francisco on Saturday, October 22nd and Sunday, October 23rd on yourview.com. See some of the best college teams in the West, including the #1 ranked Cal Golden Bears and the 2019 Cup champions, UCLA. Then tune in and catch the televised Cup semifinals and finals on YourView from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday, October 23rd. Visit yourview.com for more information.
Change the way you look and feel with San Diego's most comprehensive varicose and spider vein treatment facility. San Diego Varicose Vein Treatment Center offers minimally invasive, pain-free procedures performed by board-certified cardiologist Dr. Tahizadeh. With over 17 years of experience, we specialize in the diagnosis of varicose veins, spider veins on the face, hands, and legs, ankle discoloration, leg swelling, and more. Improve your vein health today. Visit consultation.sdveintreatment.com or call 619-582-2404.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com. Your Health is brought to you by
Clever Care Health Plan, your partners for comprehensive care.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Welcome to Your Health, where we explore the latest in health across the country. I am Erica Cardenas. Today we're here at the University of Arizona College of Medicine in Phoenix to talk about health literacy. But before we get started, let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. Tips on becoming a better health advocate for yourself. And we'll show you some delicious dishes during